Okay, we'll get started. Welcome to Bump to Baby, and it's been put together by Family Hub. Basically, Waltham Forest Family Hubs are here to provide children and families with activities, play sessions, and a range of support services. And hopefully today you're going to hear about some of those services. We don't have all the time to hear about all the amazing services, but hopefully you'll get a nice idea of what is on offer for you and your baby. So Family Hubs, we basically cover anywhere from 0 to 5 and continue on to 18 and 25 for those with SEND needs. We cover anything from employment, like I mentioned, play sessions, housing support, and various other things, including targeted early help support. One of the things that I do want you guys to get well acquainted with, where you will find most of the support that we do provide, is the Best Start in Life. It is a brochure that's got a timetable in there with all the services and sessions that are happening in the Family Hub. If you do have a chance and pass through the Family Hubs, please pick one up. The one that's out right currently is from April to August, so you'll find most of the activities are running. And we will have anything from baby sessions, so that's sensory play, musical sessions, stay and plays, and we will also have the support services that you're going to hear from in this session. So hopefully what you would expect is to feel informed and confident about what is available locally, to be introduced to services that will support you and your baby, and have the space to ask questions and connect with professionals. We hope to let you know how to access the Family Hubs, and hopefully you leave here with a range of information and knowledge. So we're going to start off with Henry. Henry, are you ready?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you. I just want to first start off with my name's Joanne Lewis, and I'm an infant feeding practitioner here at Whipps Cross Hospital. That's where we are at the moment. And this is my colleague, Kelly. Okay. Thank you so much for having us on Bump to Babies. It's an honour to be here, and it's great to learn about the other things that we're doing in the community and hearing what you're doing in the community. It's great. Okay, so what we do here on the ward is we support mums from antenatal and when they've had babies as well. We go down into the antenatal and we talk to mums and dads about what it should look like for them when they get upstairs, how infant feeding should go. Hopefully any ideas, any fears, anything that they have that they need to know, any questions, we're here to answer those questions and just support. We have a lot of questions, like, for instance, we have up here, how do I know my baby's getting enough? How do I know my baby's getting enough milk? You know, as females, we have these breasts from young, and we're just taught to put them in a bra, and we don't know what they do. They have no use. And then when you're pregnant, when you're having baby, suddenly these breasts have a usage. It's the breast time to shine, I like to say. So if you are going to breastfeed, we are there to support. If you're bottle feeding, we are there to show you the correct way to do so. So a lot of the mums want to know, how do I know my breasts now that have suddenly been activated? How do we know they're going to get enough milk? How do we know they're even getting milk? I can't see any. We even talk about harvesting colostrum. Colostrum is something that we have from 16 weeks pregnancy, and we have that starts to produce in us from 16 weeks, and then it goes on. So we teach the mums how to express the colostrum into syringes, so that when they give birth, we have the best stuff. We call that liquid gold. It has all the wonderful things in it, like from colds, flus that we went through when we was babies. It has all the antibodies in this lovely sticky stuff, you know, that looks like hardly anything. We teach the mums about this colostrum, how to harvest the colostrum, why baby needs colostrum and why it's so important. So any questions they have, any fears that they have, we're there to alleviate those fears as best that we can. We look at things like the baby's stomach. And sometimes we get a lot of parents that are so fearful, like, oh, my baby's going to be hungry. You know, I need to give my baby formula. I need to give like 30 meals of milk, and they only need 5 to 7 meals. So you can imagine the kind of tussles that we can have, you know, on the wards. But we get through it. We are informative. We try and give the parents information that we know that they can handle at a time when they're really tired. You know, they've just had baby and they can be worried about certain things. And we look at, how do I know my baby's hungry? Back in the day, a lot of the time we used to wait for babies to cry before we fed them. You know, when they cried, that's when we gave them the attention that we thought they needed. Now we kind of try to show them that we have hunger cues. They let us know that they're hungry, and they will give us certain signs like turning of the head, holding onto their gnawing onto their hands, their lips and their tongues going, they're yawning, they look like they're yawning, moving from side to side. We just like to empower the parents and say, catch them at that point, because we want them to know that the babies don't have to get to the point where they're screaming like, feed me, mum, where are you? Dad, where are you? I need food. We like to get them at a place where they feel that eating and food time is a nice time. It's nice to be at the breast. It's a safe place. It's a happy place. It's not a place of where you're panicking, you know, and that's the time we find where they're just going, and they're really trying to feed and they're really trying to get on the breast, and mum's stressed, everybody's stressed. So we want them to know that it's a calm time and it's a calm place. So that's one of the things we show. We like to just try and keep it simple so that they can take home this information and that it can last them to when they get home, they see the midwives. We don't only support in the hospital, we have support in the community also. So you'll see the infant feeding number here. Please use it if you need any help, any advice. We are here to help you with all your feeding questions. We look at positions as well, not only in the outside, but in the hospital as well. We look at infant feeding positions. We try and find the best positions that mum feels comfortable in. Sometimes we have parents that like to feed on one breast, and it's like so comfortable on that one breast, and then what happens to the other breast? So we look at engorgement, we look at things like mastitis, different things and how to prevent those things. And so yeah, positions is key really, so the baby can latch on properly. Sometimes baby looks like it's latched on, but it's not really, and it's just nipple feeding. This is my prop that I use when I'm outside. And sometimes we show parents about nipple feeding, and we need breastfeeding. Yeah, so we do that, and it's nice and easy and simple for them to take in and understand. Yeah, so then they hand over to you guys, I'm sure. But yeah, we support them. We have support throughout the week. We have support in the community. We give them this, and they have support in the community as well. And they can go and wheel their babies down if it, like what I was saying, if they're just feeding on one breast, or it's not going well, it's not going how they wanted it to go, or they've just got questions. They have the freedom to wheel their babies down to the drop-in that's nearer to them, and we will then watch a feed. We'll observe the feed, see how we can maybe change the positions and attachments, or do referrals for like tongue ties and different things. We will give them the support that we can, or refer them onto the subsequent authorities that can help them also. So that's what we do. We also support mums up to 2 years, their babies up to 2 years old, with solids and infant feeding. So that's what we do. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, please. Do you send the questions through the chat and we will answer them, or we'll have some time at the end to answer some questions. Thank you so much. Next, we've got
Thank you. Thanks very much.
We've got Natasha with energy advice and support.
Hello there, everybody. Hi. So my name's Natasha, Natasha James. I work for an organisation called National Energy Action. And what we are, we're a charity that campaign against fuel poverty. So that could be anyone within a vulnerable people group, as you can see listed there, possibly pregnant women, babies and children, young families, people on low incomes, etc., who may be struggling with the cost on energy. That would be gas, electricity and water. So what our organisation does, we're a charity, everything's completely free. We give energy advice and support, either in person, online or via the telephone. We promote energy efficiency, and we do some other bits and pieces there in the background as well. What we've actually found statistically, because we have got a research department, is families that are at home with little ones are spending the most amount of money on gas and electricity. So we are there to support if you do find that you're struggling. So where does all the energy go? So home energy usage basically falls into these 4 categories. And we can see here that most of the energy that we use at home goes through our heating. So particularly into the winter months, can be really challenging when you've got the little one at home and you'd have the heating on most of the time. So we can give you some energy efficiency advice around how best to utilise your heating system without running up a really large cost. There are some other little bits and pieces that you can implement as well. Obviously, if you are expecting, you're probably quite hungry most of the time, and even once you begin to start breastfeeding. So kitchen efficiency is really important. What we always advise is maybe to use energy efficiency appliances to try and cut the cost on what you're making when you're eating. So it'd be things like a slow cooker, the air fryer, microwaves debatable. I know some people don't like microwaves. Steamers as well to cook vegetables. They're a lot more cost effective than constantly putting on your cooker, particularly if you've got an electric cooker. You could also think about upgrading to a smart meter, but there are quite a few benefits to having smart meters. One of them is having accurate bills, because what you'll tend to find is if you don't give your meter readings in consistently at the end of the month, your energy supplier will put you on some estimated readings, and you could actually be paying more on your energy bill than what you need to. So if you were to upgrade to a smart meter, you would have accurate bills, because the smart meter will pick up the meter reads automatically for you. Also, it'll be interesting to get onto the priority services register. So the priority services register is held by all of the energy suppliers and the water companies as well. With that register, again, if you're pregnant or you've got a child under 5 years old, if you're on a low income, or you've got any other vulnerabilities as listed here, they'll put you onto that register, and it just means that you'll be able to negotiate with them a lot easier with regards to reducing how much you may be paying on your energy bill. There are also energy debt trust funds that you can tap into if you're already in debt with your energy supplier, which quite a few people are at the moment, just due to the cost of living crisis. Then again, there are trust funds that you can tap into with regards to that. I'm going to just go into the headphones because there's a little bit of... Is anyone getting any feedback here? Is anyone picking up any background noise? No, right, okay. I'm just going to go into the headphones. Yeah, just so you're not picking up any background noise. There are also. Can everyone still hear me? Yeah, you can still hear me. There's also some charities that you can apply to that can give things for the baby, essential goods. You know, if you need a new washing machine, cooker, or you know, even like baby clothes, you've got charities grants here. Turn to us, and there's also another. It's basically like a charity grant finder, Lightning Reach, which is quite useful. So you know, if you're struggling with the cost of you know, baby items, those are some organisations that you can turn to. Have you got the next slide, please? Thank you. Thank you. The Warm Home discount is a discount given by the government for anyone that I'll just quickly recap on that, but just for anybody that's on a means tested benefit. So if anyone's receiving universal credit or you know, ESA, job seekers allowance, then you can actually tap into the Warm Home discount. You would get it automatically, and it's a payment for £150, which will automatically go onto your energy bill. So that will help you to get through the winter period as well. The telephone number for us was on the first slide. I'll put it into the chat for you as well. So if you do want to refer into the service, by all means, give our free telephone number a call, and we'll be happy to assist you. You would get like basically an energy caseworker similar to myself. We'll take on your case from beginning to end, and then you know, we'll be able to see how best we can support you. Okay, thank you so much for listening today. All right, and congratulations on the birth of the baby. Thank you. Has anyone got any questions at all? No? Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm
Thank you,
Antonia.
Natasha.
Sorry.
You're most welcome. Yeah, thank you.
So this is from the Parent and Baby Emotional Wellbeing Service. It's a relatively new service in the borough. We were set up last year, and it's kind of recognising that our mental health, very much like our physical health, varies. And the journey through pregnancy and early parenthood, though joyful, can be a time of mixed emotions and challenges. So PBEW provides compassionate support to parents and families where either or both parents are struggling with mild to moderate mental health and or emotional well-being during pregnancy and after the baby's born, or would like to improve with their relationships and communication with their babies and children up to 2 years old. We are also primarily a gateway for onward support and care for parents and families. And we're very much about early intervention because we recognise symptoms, and getting timely intervention will support the well-being both of you and the healthy development of your children. Our support when we do it is flexible, usually fortnightly contacts, which can be at home or online. We are a small team. We're very friendly though. So I've got Juliet, who's a health visitor, and Vicky, who's a specialist perinatal mental health nurse. If you were to come into our service, it would be one of them that you would speak to first, who would help to kind of identify the best support for you. I'm Antonia. I'm an early help family practitioner. And I've also got a colleague called Jessica, who's a community nursery nurse. So who's going to benefit from our service? So you'll see there's quite a wide range really. So it's kind of mild to moderate depression or anxiety. Sometimes some of our parents have OCD. Sometimes, you know, this is new to you, but other times, you know, some of our parents have had a history of anxiety or depression, problems with anger or feelings of low self-worth. Some of our parents have had a history of self-harm or eating disorders. Bonding concerns as well. Sometimes perhaps the pregnancy may be unwanted, or you may have worries about the viability of your pregnancy or the health of the baby, or concerns about your relationship with your baby or infant, including lack of attachment, or perhaps you've had some previous attachment difficulties with older children and are keen to kind of ensure that you bond well with your new baby. So what do we offer? So we try and provide support very, very quickly around your mental health, emotional well-being and parent-infant relationship. And we offer emotional well-being visits, parenting support, triple P, and video interactive guidance, which I will talk a little bit more about. We also refer on to a wide range of other services available in Waltham Forest for mental health and or for parenting support. Vicky and Juliet do holistic assessments, which are primarily the GAD-7 and PHQ-9, but we also have some other kind of research-based frameworks and validated clinical tools. I do something called an early help, our family journey. One of our jobs really is to work with families who've maybe got multiple issues, or perhaps you're worried that your mental health is impacting other children in your family, but you may also have sort of dare to employment issues, housing issues, be concerned about how your children's, maybe perhaps your speech and language and things like that. So the purpose of our assessment is to kind of get a very clear understanding of what's going on for you and your family, and then we kind of coordinate onward support and also provide some one-to-one support where relevant. So emotional well-being visits, these are usually between 4 to 8 sessions, and it's an opportunity to share feelings with us in a supportive, non-judgmental practitioner. While we are listening to you, we will also support you with a range of kind of self-help tools, and that could be around managing your worries or relaxation and breathing techniques. The one-to-one triple P we provide on a one-to-one basis. This allows us to kind of tailor the support. Perhaps you may want to do all the sessions or focus on one or two of the areas, but it's a fantastic program that prepares you for the transition to parenthood and the first year with your baby. It's very much sort of focuses on promoting sensitive and responsive care, and you learn how, through lots of fun exercises and strategies, how to develop a positive relationship with your baby, how to promote your baby's development and teach baby new skills and behaviours. And it's also useful for helping to support couples in the transition to parenthood, and includes sort of ways of having effective communication with each other. Video interactive guidance is lovely. It's all about sort of supporting you to have sort of warm and rewarding interactions with your baby, and to really build your confidence in those interactions. I offer the VIG, and we kind of calm video some interactions of you playing or just being with baby, and then I pull out sort of 3 or 4 clips that just highlight some really gorgeous moments, and we look at those together in what's called a shared review, and we look at the film over and over, and it's lovely because we're watching it in slow motion and you really get to see your strengths and what's happening with your baby. It's usually delivered in cycles of 3 times, and it's done in the home. These are some of your hearing from the partners today, but these are some of the partners that we refer onto. And so what do parents say? So I've literally just pulled out some comments for our parents' feedback on our service. So the support has changed my life. VIG has enabled me to bond with my son, and I've enjoyed it. I've turned a corner with bonding with him. Previously, everything was overwhelming. Now it is more manageable. I wake up now thinking, good morning, rather than here we go, another day. It's really helped to have a space to talk about and hear my thoughts out aloud, and to have some useful strategies to try. Because of our sessions, I've learned so much about myself and developed new ways of coping that have made a profound difference in my daily life. I'm feeling more hopeful, stronger and better equipped to handle whatever comes my way. Or a heartfelt thank you for your incredible support during a very challenging period in my life, and you've been there for us. So hopefully that gives you an idea that it's been very positive outcomes, and people have found our support sort of helpful and compassionate for you. Oh, so sorry, let's skip my, for some reason the last slide has been skipped, but I will make sure that you get that in the pack. But we have a referral page. You can self-refer, or your health visitor or any other professional like your GP can refer onwards. So that's the end of my slide. Any questions?
Thank you so much. Should we go to the next slide? I think next we've got the parenting programs with Gemma.
So I'm Gemma and I am the parenting programs team lead. So in this borough we have lots of parenting programs. We're really lucky, and they're there all the way from pregnancy up until 18 years old. So the one we're going to focus on here is our new wellbeing workshops for new parents. So these are called You Matter Too. They're there to help you recharge, reflect and reconnect, because often our well-being can go last once we've had a new baby. So it's really to tap back into that. So the free workshops are there to offer you a space to pause, care for yourself and to feel supported. So it's a really welcoming and supportive space. It gives you time to reflect on your well-being. Your baby is welcome to come as well, and we really encourage that. And there'll be a personalised action plan that you can take away. So really simple, easy things that you can put into place straight away, that are really quick. Things like breathing techniques, and ways that we can look after ourselves. So benefits are that we'll feel more confident and calm, learn really simple ways to prioritise your well-being. You'll be able to connect with other local parents as well, reduce stress and feel more in control. We're running these monthly. So we've got one in August, one in September and one in October as well. And they're all at the Queen's Road Family Hub. And there will be lovely cakes and tea and coffee as well. So yeah, that was my one. It's short and sweet. Once you're there, you'll receive also our timetable, which has programs for as your child gets older as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Gemma. Next, we've got violence against women and girls support. We've got Mary with us.
Hiya.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary. I'm from the Council's Violence Against Women and Girls team. I do training with healthcare professionals around violence against women and girls, but I'm here to tell you about what support we have available in the borough for anyone who wants any kind of advice or guidance or support around violence against women and girls. So there's a number of different forms of VAWG, including what we've got on the screen. So yeah, if you could bring them up, that'd be great. Thank you. Just to focus in on kind of domestic abuse, oh, sorry, my screen's just gone. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. Okay, don't know what happened there, it's back. So domestic abuse is defined as an incident or pattern of incidents of controlling, coercive, threatening, degrading or violent behaviour. So just really want to highlight there that it's not just physical abuse, but that also can include things like, controlling behaviour, financial or emotional abuse. And that's not just from a current partner, that might also be from an ex-partner, family member, or carer, and we have lots of support across the borough for the different forms of violence against women and girls that somebody may be experiencing. Could you go to the next slide, please? So our main provider of domestic abuse support within Waltham Forest is Solace Women's Aid, and they can provide kind of one-off advice. They can provide kind of that more ongoing support, one-to-one with a worker, also therapeutic support. So if someone doesn't want practical support, but they just want that more kind of therapeutic counselling support, that's available both for adults and also for children. as well as groups like kind of trauma-informed movement groups, groups for people kind of rebuilding after having left an abusive relationship, and also groups for parents who, or for mothers who have been impacted by domestic abuse. So, oh, do you mind just going back one? Thanks. Just say, so you can either self-refer to Solace, so the contact details are on the screen, or your kind of healthcare worker, whether that's midwife, health visitor, any healthcare worker can also refer in to Solace for support. Next slide, please. And I just wanted to highlight the range of other support services that are available. So there's a number of kind of buy and for services if you want a support by somebody who maybe shares a characteristic of yours. So organisations like Kieran and Ashiana are kind of buy and for South Asian women. Stay Safe East is specifically a domestic abuse service for disabled survivors. Eastern European Resource Centre is for Eastern European women, so they can provide support in a number of different Eastern European languages. There's ICRO, is Iranian and Kurdish women's rights organisation. Gallup is an LGBT plus organisation. So there's a range of different organisations, and we've got a brochure, a directory of VAWG support agencies. Maybe I'll send that to Shadia, and if that can go out afterwards, because that it gives contact details for the different support services available in the borough. And there's also the Respect phone line. There's a men's advice line, which is advice for men who experience domestic abuse, but also if somebody is a bit concerned about their own behaviour and they want to get a bit of advice or support around, or speak to somebody around their own behaviour that maybe they're concerned about, they can call the Respect phone line as well. Next slide, please. So in the family hubs, we have violence against women and girls drop-ins. So there's ones happening at the different hubs on every day of the week, Monday to Friday. And those are drop-in spaces where a VAWG specialist will be there to give support around anything to do with violence against women and girls, any form of kind of domestic or sexual abuse. So if you just want a bit of emotional support, or maybe you're not quite sure about something and you want to kind of talk it out with someone, or you want some support with safety planning, you want a bit of practical advice, whatever that may be, you can come along to one of the violence against women and girls drop-ins. No appointment is needed, so you can just come along to one of the family hubs and speak to someone. And if you would like to get some, don't want to kind of go into a drop-in, but you want to get some advice over email around what support's available or what your options might be, you can also drop an email to us in the VAWG team at VAWG@walthamforest.gov.uk, and Monday to Friday, that's an inbox that is kind of monitored. It's not just a kind of email that goes into the ether. So if you want to get any information or advice, again, you can just drop us an email. We're really here to support. And I've just popped on the screen some of our kind of the emergency contact details, just for you to be aware of. Thank you.
Mary.
Hi.
Next, we're going to have Sister Circle. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Livia. I'm the program lead for the Maternity Mates program at Sister Circle. Sister Circle is a charity that started in Tower Hamlets, focusing Bangladesh women in 1981. Today we give support to women, pregnant women in Tower Hamlets, Waltham Forest, and the borough of Newark. So we have some of the programs here. We have the Maternity Mates programs, Her Health. We have healing conversations, peer support groups, and we have the volunteers. So some of the projects that we have at CISA Circle. They are running by volunteers that are trained by the organization. So we have the Maternity Mates program. The Maternity Mates program, it's focused in pregnant women. We give practical and emotional support for the pregnant woman. These women, they can self-referral, do the self-referral, and we also receive referral from midwives, community midwives, and we have the partnership with 3 hospitals. We have Royal London, Whipps Cross, and New University Hospital. And we give support, a tailored support that is given by a volunteer that is trained, as I mentioned. So this support is given from the 50th month of pregnancy up to 6 weeks after the birth. So we give antenatal, birth, and postnatal support. This is an overview of the women that we support. We support women from these 3 boroughs with complex needs. And these women we support also with other projects that we have at CISA Circle. So we have the peer support group. The peer support group, you can do the self-referral on our website. The website is here. I'm gonna put my email on the chat if you want to do any questions or if you want to do any referral. So the peer support group is focused on women that had any mental health issues linked to pregnancy loss, baby loss, or birth trauma. It's a group that we support in Tower Hamlets, Hackney, Newark, and Waltham Forest. And we have women with lived experience that run this group. And it's important to point here that we are always looking for volunteers that want to be part of this group and also that want to be part of the Maternity Mates program. We have the preparation for parenthood, that is the Peer 4P. We recently start this group. It's a group that we have in partnership with Henry and the Family Hubs in Tower Hamlets. We give support to parents, encourage them to meet people from the community, to share their ideas. And we are focused on talking about topics related to parenthood like breastfeeding, well-being, family lifestyle. And we have people from CISA Circle that were trained by Henry and the Family Hubs that give this kind of support. It's important to know that we have also interpreter because most of the women that we support, they speak a different language. We have Her Health. So the Her Health, it's a program focused for women that have complications as a result of female genital cut. So we have the health advocate support that it's done by the clinic at Mainland Clinic. We have the Conversation Cafe that we give support, and it's a education support related to topics on sexual and reproductive health. Past this one. So as I mentioned, we have the Conversation Cafe that's linked to the Her Health program. We have the Healing Conversations that is also a group that we support for women that experience female genital cutting, and we have the counseling support for this woman. We also have this counseling support for pregnant women that are supported by the Maternity Mates program, and we can refer this woman to Healing Conversations. So we have we give to them 22 counseling sessions, and we have some interpreters in English, Somali, Arabic, or French. Yeah, so these are some of the programs. You can find more information on our website, and then I'm gonna put my email on the chat. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Helen. I run the Walthamstow and Leytonstone Toy Library and Play Centre. So the Toy Library is a small charity. It has been running in the borough for 50 years. This year's our 50th anniversary. And we are set up to run safe, creative spaces for families to play, to learn and to interact. I have been involved with the Toy Library for about, I think, 19 years. I've got a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I sort of started going with them and volunteered, and then I'm now running it. It's an incredible space. We run play sessions every day. So Monday to Friday, we have sessions in the morning where you can come for 90 minutes of inside and outside play. We have refreshments for the grown-ups, and we do a snack time, which is a structured sort of play activity for the children. And then we do some singing, some music and movement. We also run a weekly cooking session at each site to be able to support you with your sort of wherever you're at with the feeding journey with your child. Families absolutely love it, and we've really seen how, you know, children will try new foods that they wouldn't try at home. It's a really lovely thing to do. The play sessions are led by qualified early years staff or educators, and they sort of help children very gently prepare for sort of formal education. It's all about learning through play. There's lots of activities. We give you lots of ideas of things to do at home that are low cost as well. So you can see in the bottom picture, we have got a ball pool that's just filled up with shredded paper. We have lovely fresh Play-Doh that we make each week, and we will often do that as an activity as well, and let you take it home. We always have messy play activities. There's always some imaginative play. Obviously for the babies, we have a lovely baby area. And then you can see at the top, we do lots of music, lots of singing and lots of storytelling. Next slide, please. So we are a toy library, and we really encourage families to borrow toys and not buy. It's a really sustainable way of, you know, having lots of good quality toys at home. If you live, you know, lots of our families live in flats, they don't have very much space. It's a great way to save space rather than buying lots of stuff. We really encourage people to sort of try before you buy. It's interesting that the sort of shelf life of a toy is about 6 months. So you can imagine if at every sort of age and stage you're buying new toys, you get a lot of plastic piling up in your house that you don't need. Lots of people ask us, you know, sort of, do you clean the toys? And yes, we do. We spend a lot of time cleaning toys. So they get cleaned when they get returned, and we have lots of donations from the community, which we check for safety and for cleanliness as well. So they're very good, they're clean, they're in good condition, and yeah, they're really sort of high quality. We have got some really exciting projects happening at the moment. We are just about to open a toy library for children with special educational needs and disabilities. So we have got the builders in at the moment, sort of building that for us. We also have a sensory playroom, which you can see here. This can be booked through our website. You get a 45-minute slot to come and relax. We've got lots of, there's sort of bubble tubes, we've got projections, we've got a sight to sound boards, It's really lovely. Families really love it, and it's very, very relaxing space to come and meet friends and to keep the little ones entertained. We also have a free little library at both of our sites. We get lots of donations of books from the community and also from publishers. And this, you can just take books. So if you like the book, we say that you can keep it, or you can pass it on to a friend, or you can bring it back and swap for more. And we encourage families to, you know, take as many books as they want, because we do get a lot of donations. And obviously, you know, it's never too early to start reading to your child. So come and have a look at the books that we've got. Next slide, please. We also have a community cupboard at our Walthamstow site and a kind of swap rail at our Leytonstone site. So again, we get lots of donations from the community and also from sort of corporates as well. So we have clothes, I'd say up to the age of sort of like 7, 8. We have equipment, shoes, and you can just come and, as a member of the toy library, you can just come and take this for free. You don't have to, you don't have to sign anything out. You don't have to bring it back. So you can just take what you need. We also have lots of different parenting books. From, you know, sort of weaning, breastfeeding, which are really helpful. We say that you can just sign them out for as long as you need them. You don't have to, you don't have to sort of return it within 2 weeks or even a month. So you just get to borrow it for as long as you need it, because we understand that obviously with little ones, it's hard to read a book sometimes. Next slide. If any of you are expecting twins, we have a multiples group. So this is a weekly support group for families with twins. We also have some families with triplets who come along. It's recently started up again. We started it in, I think we started it in 2013, and then we had a little bit of a break, and we've just started it again. It's every Friday afternoon from 1:30 till 3. And you are very welcome to bring your friends along as well, and older siblings are welcome too. Another very exciting project that we have got happening at the moment, we have an adventure playground at the bottom of our garden, and I know it's probably not very relevant for you with your bumps and babies, but at some point it will be relevant, and you'll be looking for somewhere to take the older children. So in the next 6 months, we're going to be opening this adventure playground at the bottom of our garden. It was originally designed for children with special needs and disabilities, so it's really accessible. There's nice wide paths. It's wheelchair accessible as well. So we're very excited that we're going to be opening that up. The Toy Library is a membership organisation. It's run sort of for the members, by the members. So we have a board of trustees who are all users of our service or have been users of the service. We do charge a membership fee. It's £15 for the year, or it's free if you are on any benefits such as universal credit. It's really easy to sign up. You can do it through our website, or you can just pop in and do it at any time. We are open throughout the day, so Monday to Friday for toy loaning. So you can just pop in whenever you want. You can browse our collection of toys. As you can see from the images before, we have got everything you can possibly imagine, and we've even got we have designated rooms upstairs at our Walthamstow site with dressing up. We've got games and puzzles, we've got story sets, construction toys, there's everything. Outdoor toys, we've got sand pits that are super popular at the moment, and ride-on cars. So you can borrow all of these toys for really low cost. We do have a small charge as well for some of our play sessions. Some are free, some have a small charge. And for low income families, or families on benefits, or families who have no recourse to public funds, the session charges are just £1 or they're free. slide. You can have a look at our website, and you can sign up to our newsletter, and you can also follow us on social media. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram. If you just put in Walthamstow Toy Library, and you can see sort of what other things we're doing. We do run lots of community events, and we have other organisations that run activities from our venues. So at our Walthamstow site, we have an organisation called Magic Box who do these brilliant storytelling sessions. We have Jen from Singing Mamas who runs a beautiful singing session for mums with babies. At our Leytonstone site, we also run a youth club. We've got some after school sessions for children up to the age of 8. That we are very busy, and it's very fun. It's a great place to come and meet other families, a great place to sort of borrow toys that don't cost the earth, and a really great place just to sort of let your child play through and just learn through play. Thank you.
So for those of you who joined halfway through that, I just want to let everyone know that session has been recorded. So if you jumped on at a certain time halfway through, we were running ahead of time there, and feel like you've missed out on a talk from one of the services you were keen to hear from, that will be available in the recording after this webinar finishes. I think what Shadia was just going to mention there was our Best Start in Life timetable. It's a really useful resource for your antenatal stage, and then when baby's born as well. We've got a really detailed itinerary of all sessions that are available from 0 up to 5 for you and your new baby. And what I would recommend is that you access Family Hubs on the Waltham Forest website, and our event pages there. They showcase all the different dates and times these sessions take place across the 4 hubs. So as we mentioned earlier, we've got our 4 hubs in Chinkford, Walthamstow, Leyton and Leytonstone. And to follow us on the Waltham Forest Best Start in Life Facebook page, that gives you the most up-to-date information on all the different sessions and services that are available to you and your families in Waltham Forest.